Volodymyr Zelensky was an actor on the Ukrainian TV serial Servant of the People 4 years ago, playing an unlikely president of the Eastern European country. He is now at the core of the continent's most significant struggle since World War II, positioning himself as a potential martyr on the global arena. On Friday, when Russian soldiers stormed Kyiv, he was equally forthright about his situations. "The adversary has selected me as #1 target," he declared in a video message, and his family is the #2 target. However, a video of Zelensky and his team proudly declaring their intentions to remain in Kyiv went viral on Friday, with admirers all over the world hailing him as a beacon of honor in an age where authorities are solely concerned with preserving their own standing. "We have arrived! We have arrived in Kyiv! We are defending Ukraine," declared Zelensky. He later turned down an evacuations offer from the US. Zelensky, the first Jewish president of Ukraine, a country with a deep and convoluted Jewish history, has quickly become one of the most influential and famous Jewish world leaders in recent decades, and given his non-political background, one of the most unlikely. In addition, doubts concerning his Jewishness have erupted in the international consciousness. Is his Jewish heritage putting him or his fellow Ukrainian Jews in danger? Has it aided the conflict in any way? And why is Russian President Vladimir Putin implying that he is a Nazi? Zelensky was born in a Russian-speaking regions of eastern Ukraine to Jewish parents, an engineer mother and a computer scientist father Semyon. His father's father participated in the Soviet Red Army during World War II. Semyon's father and brothers were all killed in the Holocaust. He survived World War II and contributed to the defeat of Nazism, an ugly ideology. His son was born 2 years after the conflict, and 31 years later, his grandchild was born. His grandson became the president 40 years later, and today he appears before you. Zelensky stated during a speech on the presidential visit to Israel in January 2020, where he met with then Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. According to an interview he gave in 2018, Zelensky received a scholarship to study in Israel after high school based on his English grades, but turned it down since his father did not want him to go. Instead, he majored in law. But he eventually made a name for himself as a successful comic, joining a popular comedy troupe that toured the former Soviet Union. He married a high school friend along the road, and they have 2 children, a 17-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old boy. By the time he joined the Servant of the People series in 2015, Zelensky had become one of the Ukraine's most well-known pop culture personalities. Zelensky hasn't gone into details about his Jewish upbringing or religion, but he hasn't shied away from expressing Jewish pride and a strong sense of support with Israel on occasion. And that Jewish identity has been exploited by opponents and rivals, as well as honored by Jewish allies all across the world. Oksana Markarova, Ukraine's ambassador of the United States, told the National Coalition supporting Eurasian Jewry in a webinar on Friday that Ukraine is one of the rare countries that chose a Jewish president. "I mean, he's Ukrainian at heart, but he's also Jewish." Several Ukrainian Jews told the Jewish Telegraphic Agency in 2019 that they were delighted to see their country elect a Jewish president after a history of anti-Jewish pogroms and Soviet-era oppression. Many were also concerned that if he failed to deliver on many lofty promises that propelled him to a landslide electoral victory, including overhauling a corrupt political system, standing up to Russia, and restoring general trust in government, angry residents would blame his Jewishness. When Zelensky fails, they will see him as a Jewish and seek revenge on the Jews, claimed Yevgeny Romanovich, a Kyiv resident at the time. This anxiety among local Jews lingered even during the early days of the Russian invasion. The lead researchers at the Holocaust Museum in Odessa, a city that was almost a third Jewish in the 19th century, told the New York Times that he was concerned that anti-Semitism would be unleashed by the turmoil of war. In an odd twist to the story, Putin has stated repeatedly that his military campaign is an attempt to denazify Ukraine. "How can I possibly be a Nazi?" Zelensky stated on Thursday without mentioning his Jewishness. "Explain it to my grandfather, who served in the Soviet Army's infantry throughout the war and died as a colonel in an independent Ukraine." In a letter to a United Nations last weekend, the United States ambassador of the UN stated that intelligence indicates Russia may target religious and ethnic minorities, as well as anti-Putin's activists on other organizations, in the aftermath of an invasion. Some have speculated that this could involve Ukrainian Jews. The current conflict is not Zelensky's first brush with public prominence shortly after taking office. He became embroiled in former President Donald Trump's first impeachment issues owing to an infamous White House phone call. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Do you think Ukraine will build itself back? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.